Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this January the 12th, 2024. I hope everybody had a great Friday out there so far. Everybody has a great Friday evening. Everybody continue to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about your temperatures over the next 6 days to come. Also, we're going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the watches, warning, advisory map because we got a lot of that to talk about. Storm Prediction Center overview and the storm report that came in this afternoon. And also, we're going to talk about the Columbia, South Carolina weather radar. So stick around through the entire video and do not miss a beat of this forecast. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and consider subscribing. Love to have you. Like these videos, share these videos, and like I said, if you know anybody want to join the Mike Bass Weather Forecast channel, send them my way. Love to have them. Alright, let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks, and let's dive on into the weather forecast. Alright, you can see here is your Saturday temperatures across the nation. You see this big blob of temperatures contrast up here across the northern portion of the United States, moving down into the central plains. All of this activity will continue to move to the south and then eventually to the east as we continue to roll forward. Alright, you can see here we got the 30s and 40s in the portions of the northeast. We got the 50s and 60s down here along the Gulf Coast and also the southeastern United States. Down across Florida, there you can see it's down to 78 degrees, 81 in Miami. Also, we're looking over toward Dallas, Fort Worth area. You can see a 57 and a 60 degree temperature there. Over here in the western United States, around California, back toward Nevada, we are in the 40s and 50s there, except 60 along the Gulf. I can't talk. The Pacific, the Four Corners region of the southwestern United States. As you can see, these numbers here is well below digits here. This is what it's going to feel like. 12 in portion of Montana, 22 degrees there as well. Also down, as you can see, we got -2 down in portion of Kansas. Also, we got -4 over here in portion of Nebraska. Also, we got -4 degrees over here in South Dakota, 10 degrees in South Dakota as well. That's going to be some very, very cold temperature as we continue to roll forward. Let's move on to your Sunday temperatures. You'll see a dramatic change in the temperature. Look at here, that big blob still over the middle portion of the country, Pacific Northwest. As well, we're also down to 12 in northern Oregon, 27 in central Oregon. Look at there, just several hundred miles south, you're around 40 degrees. Alright, you can see we got 14 degree temperature down in northern Texas, 19 degrees down in south areas of Oklahoma. Look at there, 41 degrees in southwestern Texas. Over here around western Texas, southern New Mexico, look at there, 64 degree high temperature. We're still hanging on to the 50s and 60s along the mid-Atlantic coast all the way down to the Gulf Coast. Still basking in some sunshine and warmer temperature down across the southern portions of Florida and the Florida Keys with temperatures in the low to mid 70s there. But look at these very cold temperatures over the north here. -10 degrees in portions of Montana, Minnesota. Look at there, -12 degrees, 20 degrees below zero up here in portions of northern areas of Montana. These are daytime high temperature, folks. Look at there, that is some very, very cold air. The Polar Express is finally dropping its way to the southeast. It then dropped one area of cold temperature. This here will continue to plummet to the southeast. We'll show you that in a little while there. The temperatures in the southeast probably going to struggle just to be in the 30s and 40s coming up toward mid next week. Alright, you can see here's that big pocket of cold air once again, still stretching from Washington State, Oregon, 13 degrees, 12 degrees over there, -7 in Montana. At least you did warm up a little bit, not much. We got single areas of Nebraska down toward Kansas, also in Denver, Colorado, 3 degrees there. Look at that, 25 in Dallas, 13 degrees in the Panhandle of Texas. Still basking in the warm temperatures over here in the southwestern United States as well, with temperatures in the 40s, 50s, and 60s in that region. Maybe 70 degrees in southwestern portions of Arizona. Still around 80 degrees in South Florida. Look at there, even the mid 50s along the South Carolina region here as well for Monday. All the way in, we've got some mid 30s over toward the Washington, D.C. area. Even get some teens starting to pop up in the Maine region, 20 degrees up in northern Maine. We got 19 degrees over here in portions of Ohio as well. That's some very, very cold temperature, folks. City temperature, you'll see the temperatures starting to dive a little further to the southeast. All right, you can see here that big pocket of cold air still remains over the middle portion of the country, portion of the northwest. But a little bit, as you can see, but we still got single digits stretching from up here now 7 degrees in North Dakota, 2 degrees in up toward Minnesota. Look at there, 2 degrees in portion of Wisconsin, 1 degree in Iowa. Look at there, 6 degrees in portion of Illinois, -1 degree up here in Illinois, 0 degrees for Chicago, Illinois region. Also, we got lower 20s in the northeastern United States, stretching all the way down to the portion of the Gulf Coast, down in the Mississippi. Look at there, high temperatures only in the upper 20s there for Mississippi. Look at there, upper 20s there for northern Louisiana. And y'all gonna be in for a shock down here in southern Louisiana. Look at there, 37 degrees for a daytime high Tuesday, 35 around the Houston area, 26 degree daytime high for Dallas. And still basking in the warmer temperature down across central and south Florida with 70s and 80s down in that direction. 49 in Columbia, South Carolina. Look at there, 37 in Washington, D.C. 30 up toward the Philadelphia region in Pennsylvania. So it's some very, very cold temperatures. And still the southwestern United States over in the Four Corners region, still expecting 60s and 70s in that region. All right, let's take a look at your Wednesday forecast now across the nation. You'll see the temperature take a nosedive again. Look at here, 40 degrees in Columbia, South Carolina, 36 around the Charlotte area, and even northern Florida. You guys are going to be 46 degrees right along the Georgia, Florida line, 50 degrees around the Jacksonville area of Florida. So you're going to get into some cold temperatures as well. 42 down in southern Louisiana, 44 as a lot of that cold air continues to push on off to the east southeast. As you can see here, 39 degrees over here in portions of Nebraska. Y'all warmed up a lot. Also in the teens up here in Montana, single digits still up here in portions of Minnesota. Look at that, Chicago finally warmed up to 16 degrees. That's a little bit warmer, but still that would be bone chilling to me down here in the southeast. And also we still got the 20s and 30s and teens in the northeast as well. All right, let's move on to your Thursday forecast now. These are the temperatures for daytime highs. You can see here the single digits and the teens are kind of moving back to the north. So it's still got some up in Montana, back over toward Minnesota. Look at there, 18 degrees in Chicago, still 13 degrees in portion of Iowa, 26 in portion of Kansas, Nebraska region. Got some 30s over towards the Washington, Oregon State, also Idaho. Still, look at there, the southern portion of the United States starting to warm up finally. 60 degrees in Northern California, 72 toward Los Angeles, 62 in San Francisco. Houston, you warmed up to a 62, whopping 62 degrees that is. Look at that, 52 in Dallas, 45 in the Panhandle of Texas. That's a lot better than it was earlier in the week. We're still going to be kind of chilly over here with temperatures in the 40s, 45 up toward Raleigh, 46 in Charlotte, 49 toward Columbia. Also over here around Morehead City, North Carolina, Outer Banks, still going to be in the upper 40s, around 60 degrees in northern Florida toward Jacksonville, 73 toward Miami, Florida. Look at there, 62 in Houston as well. So it's going to be and 38 over toward Denver. So you're getting a little warm up before another push of cold air looks to come into the region as we continue to roll forward. All right, let's take a look at the weather radar across the nation here. We're going to show you this here for tonight. Let's see if it's going to work for me. Yeah, let's see if it's going to pop up here or anything. If not, we'll have to move on to something. We'll move on to the watch and warning advisory. But we're going to give it a minute here to see if here it goes. Alright, let's pull back some. That way we get a wider view of the United States here. Okay, well while that thing's working on that, you can see we got some down across southeast Georgia. Here comes that cold front, low pressure system spinning up here in Illinois. Mixed precipitation, snow and rain showers over portions of Minneapolis toward Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Also toward Toronto, Canada. Buffalo, New York, getting some rain and maybe some mixed precipitation. More showers up here around New York City. Also down toward Washington D.C., Richmond, and Norfolk, Virginia region. Also just east of Charlotte down toward Columbia, South Carolina. Got a showers there, extending down into southeast Georgia, North Florida, around Jacksonville, a little bit just north of Miami. Got more mixed precipitation, snow flying over here in north and South Dakota. Also through Nebraska and Kansas, over here toward Iowa and Kansas City, Missouri as well. Toward Minneapolis, Minnesota. More precipitation over here in portion of Oregon, Northern California, also southern Idaho as well. Also a little bit in Wyoming and also into Denver, Colorado. All right, let's move on to the well, I guess we'll do like we did last night. We'll go ahead and do this here. Let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center overview, and then we'll try to get back to. Hopefully, we'll get back to that map there in a minute, so that way you get a chance to see. Hopefully, that there. But anyway, here's the precipitation over the Great Lakes region, stretching all the way down into the southeast. They shrunk the slight risk down across southern portion of Georgia, northern Florida, and also southeastern Alabama. Just put the remainder of the area at a marginal risk. But it should be just general thunderstorms, just maybe a rumble of thunder too, but mostly should be just regular rain and thunderstorms as well. So. Alrighty, so let's move on to the convective outlook. That's pretty much, like I say, got the marginal risk in the Grand Island and also southeastern Alabama. In the green, general thunderstorms stretching all the way up to New York State, all the way over toward Connecticut. Current watches, none are in effect. MDS discussion. This is just talking about mainly blizzard condition. That's about all they talking about there. Storm report that came in this afternoon, pretty much just over Arkansas and also Mississippi, maybe northeastern Louisiana, maybe a little bit of just mainly damage and wind. No tornado reports, so that's good news. We had 45 wind report. There was one wind report in Pennsylvania as well. No hail reports, so right now just 45. And that should be pretty much about it as well. So, all right, the fire weather concern should be just that little bit of elevated risk down across south areas of Texas, pretty much in that line there. So, all right, look like the watches warning advisory map not going to be coming up tonight, I see. So, We can go back. I'm gonna try it again. See if we can get to it there, folks. All right. Okay, now we're gonna get a chance to do it. Had to do it all over again. But here it is. We got a lot of wind advisories extending all the way up in the northeastern United States, from New York State down into the Carolinas, Georgia, and far west as Mississippi, Alabama, and also over here in Port Arkansas, and as far north as Illinois, Indiana, also Ohio as well, West Virginia, you including Kentucky and Tennessee. We got some winter storm watches in effect over here in portions of Alabama, also into Mississippi, also a little bit over here in portions of North Texas, southeast Oklahoma, and southwestern areas of Arkansas as well. Winter storm warnings also in effect for New York State. Winter weather advisories also in effect there as well for portions of Pennsylvania and Maine as well. We have a lot of flood watches in effect. Coastal flood warnings extending from up here near the Boston, Massachusetts region through Connecticut down in the eastern areas of the central and eastern areas of Virginia. Coastal flood advisory for northeastern South Carolina. Flood warnings in effect there as well from Virginia down into the Carolina, portion of Georgia, back into Mississippi, Alabama. Also in effect for Michigan. Also over here in portions areas of Wisconsin. Also into portions of northern Illinois. Back into portions of Nebraska and also Iowa. In the blizzard warnings for portions of Michigan, Wisconsin, also much of Iowa, also a portion of Illinois, also a portion of areas of southeastern areas of South Dakota, and also central areas of Nebraska. Blizzard warnings also for portions of Idaho as well. Also, let's see, we have wind chill warnings in effect for areas of Missouri down into North Texas, all the way back up to Minnesota, also into portions of Washington State, also the Dakotas as well. Let's see, winter weather advisories up here in effect for portion of also Wisconsin and Minnesota, same portion of Michigan, all the way back in the portion of Idaho. Back in the portion of Illinois, northern areas of Missouri. Wind chill watches also in effect with Illinois, back in the port of Arkansas, Missouri, and also eastern Oklahoma and North Texas. We have high wind warnings also in effect from portions of the Northeast, also down toward West Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky. Same over here in portions of Nebraska. Not Nebraska, but New Mexico. Also into areas of Colorado. Winter storm warnings are in effect as well. Same proportion of Wyoming. Also into Utah, Nevada, all of Oregon, and also portions of areas of Idaho, and also portions of the mountain chain of North California. Winter weather advisory there as well, and also into Nevada. Same up here in Washington State. Ice storm warning along coastal areas. Flood watches in Northwest California. Also, avalanche warnings also in effect up here in areas of Montana, Idaho, and portions of Idaho, central Idaho, western portions of Wyoming, also portions of south areas of Utah. High wind warnings for, like I said, you guys here in areas of New Mexico and also Colorado as well. All right. Hawaiian Chain Island got some small craft advisory around the island. Also got some coastal flood warnings, surf advisories, also storm warnings there as well. Storm warnings around the Alaska area with winter storm warnings to the north, winter storm warnings to the west, special weather storm statement southwest, a little bit of wind chill warnings to the southeast. Small craft advisory extending from up here near Oregon State down to Washington. Storm warnings there as well. Same from over here from Maine down to the east coast of Florida, and also down into the Gulf of Mexico from the Big Bend area of Florida to the southeastern areas of Texas and east coast of Mexico as well. All right, and finally we're going to wrap it up with the Columbia, South Carolina weather radar. Okay, you can see here the main line of showers and storms in eastern North Carolina, extending back down toward Waynesboro, North Carolina, through Sherrill, Darlington, Florida, Camden, Sumter, down to Orangeburg, all the way down toward Statesboro, Georgia. All of this activity is moving on the east-northeast, so you guys in the Grand Strand, PD, and Low Country will be getting in on some showers and storms in your region. This little skinny line of showers and storms here will continue to move to the east, but it may peter out before it gets here. But if it do hold together, it may have a little bit of gusty winds and some lightning and maybe a little bit of thunder with it and some heavy downpour in the areas that gets under a heavier shower or storm. Alright, well I hope everybody enjoyed the video. I hope everybody continue to stay safe and well. So enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, consider subscribing if you have not. We'll catch you back in the next video. So have a wonderful, wonderful Friday evening, folks. Take care.